ज्या इंग्लंड देशाने भारतावर 150 वर्ष साम्राज्य गाजवले, त्या देशाचा 45 वर्षीय डेलन हॉपकिन्सन हा जगात शांतता नांदावी, जगातील निर्वासितांसाठी मदत देता यावी, पुरातत्व वास्तूंची माहिती घेता यावी, यासाठी ते 2 वर्षापासून जगाच्या भ्रमंतीवर निघाले आहेत आणि तेही चक्क सायकलीवर. आश्चर्यचकित झालात ना? हो, हे खरं आहे. 11 एप्रिल 2016 रोजी त्यांनी इंग्लंड येथून या प्रवासाला सुरुवात केली. आजवर त्यांनी 22 देश पादाक्रांत केले असून त्यासाठी त्यांनी 21,000 किलोमीटरचा प्रवास पूर्ण केला आहे. त्यांनी 22 सप्टेंबर 2017 रोजी भारतात प्रवेश केला आणि कोचीन येथून भारत भ्रमंतीला सुरुवात केली. आजवर त्यांनी भारतात 2,896 किलोमीटरचा प्रवास सायकलीवर पूर्ण केला आहे. जगात शांतता नांदायला हवी, जगातील निर्वासितांसाठी मदत द्या, याविषयी जनजागृती करण्याबरोबरच ते स्वतः पुरातत्व विभागाचे अभ्यासक असल्याने अशा पुरातत्व वास्तूंना ते भेटी देत असतात. नुकतीच त्यांनी वेरूळ येथील प्रसिद्ध लेण्यांची पाहणी केली व माहिती घेतली. जवळपास मार्च महिन्यात भारतातील प्रवास पूर्ण करून ते नेपाळला जाणार आहेत. त्यांना भारतातील प्रवासाविषयी विचारले असता त्यांनी सांगितले की भारतातील लोक हे खूप प्रेमळ आहेत. हा देश विविधतेने नटलेला आहे. भारत भ्रमंती दरम्यान खूप छान अनुभव येत असल्याचे सांगितले आणि हे येणारे अनुभव ते आपल्या डायरीत लिहित असतात. दिवसभरात 80 ते 90 किलोमीटरचा प्रवास फक्त दिवसात, रात्री सुरक्षित ठिकाणी मुक्काम, अशी त्यांची दिनचर्या ठरलेली. त्यांना प्रवासादरम्यान लागणारे सर्व साहित्य ते आपल्या सायकलीवर वाहून नेतात आणि प्रवासादरम्यान मोबाईल चार्जिंगही होत असते. या भ्रमंती दरम्यान डेनिल हॉपकिन्सन बडगाव येथे आले. त्यावेळी त्यांना बघण्यासाठी बडगावकरांनी गर्दी केली होती. त्यांचा हा प्रवास निश्चितच आश्चर्यचकित करणार आहे. त्यांच्या प्रयत्नांना आणि प्रबळ इच्छाशक्तीला पीबीसी मातृभूमीचा सलाम.
My name is Dylan Hopkinson. I'm from England. In England, I worked as an archaeologist, and one time I lived in Beirut, so I had some experience of travel then, but I wasn't able to continue that in my career. So recently, I decided that I would try and do some traveling myself, independently from work. And it took me a year and a half to plan my route, and I decided I would travel around the whole world by bicycle, because I've always loved a bicycle as a method of transport. It's cheap, it's healthy, and it makes you feel good. It's like magic. It's the nearest thing to magic I can think of.
What about India?
So I arrived in India about 4 months ago, and I flew into Kochi. I flew from Bishkek in Kyrgyzstan. And as soon as I arrived, it was immediately obvious that people here were very friendly. Someone in a hostel, I arrived in Kochi, and a man running a hostel gave me a free bed in the hostel, and we became friends very quickly. My intention was to start in Kochi because in England, curry, Indian food is very popular. We call it our national dish. And I once tried some Kerala food and decided that because of that experience tasting food, that your Kerala food in India, in England, that's where I would start my journey. So my journey here is a lot of it is about the cuisine. That's the motivating thing for me being here. But meeting everyone here is just incredible. You only have to look at what happened in the market just now, and you're immediately surrounded by people. The Indians are so enthusiastic and inquisitive. Very quick to ask questions, and very happy to stand and talk all day if you have the time. Wonderful experience. Before I started travelling, I was totally vegetarian, but to make things easier whilst I'm travelling, I decided that I would eat meat as well. Sometimes I'm invited into people's homes and they offer me food, and it would be rude to say that I'm not eating what they offer me. So I eat both meat and vegetarian food. But in India, it's nice that you have the option of pure vegetarian. Everywhere you go, there is usually that option, and it's refreshing. I've never come across a country that has that culture of vegetarian food. So that's really unique. But having said that, I do generally eat meat most of the time, and my favourite dish is chicken biryani. I've had some very different experiences with chicken biryani, but some of them have been the most amazing I've had.
Yeah.
So I started in Kochi, and my intention at first was to cycle up to Munnar, which is very high up in the Western Ghats, and I didn't get very far. I climbed about 1 kilometre, and then I got too tired and had to stop. Went back down to the coast and cycled along to Calicut before heading inland again to Mysore. Then went to Balami, Alauri and to Hampi. And then from Hampi, after looking at the ruins in Hampi, I went down to Goa. And then along the coast, followed that beautiful coastline with all the volcanic rock, all the way up to Mumbai. In Mumbai, I met some other cyclists, Indian cyclists, and they befriended me. I ended up staying there for a whole month in their house. They just took me in as part of their family. So now, this stage of the journey, I've just set off maybe a week ago from Mumbai, and my aim was to go to the Ellora caves, which I visited yesterday. And from here I go to Maheshwar, Mandu, and then to Udaipur, Jaipur, and on towards Nepal. So in total that journey will take 6 months from Kochi to Nepal, and I'm about halfway through that journey. And during that time I passed through 22 countries, leaving England, going through centre of Europe, into Central Europe, down into to Greece, into Turkey, briefly into Lebanon and Cyprus, and then through to Central Asia, Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan. This area was the most amazing part of my journey really today. Amazing landscapes, able to see the Hindu Kush, just beautiful. No scenery I've seen before. So yeah, this is my journey so far, and from here I go into Nepal and continue through down into Southeast Asia, through Cambodia and Vietnam, Thailand, and on towards China. So the main purpose of my journey, apart from my own experience, is to raise money for a charity called the International Rescue Committee. They work throughout the world helping refugees who have been displaced, moved out of their homes either by government or by natural disaster. I'm funding this journey by myself. I sold all my belongings at home and invested it in a bicycle, and I use my savings now to pay my way. So I'm not earning money as I travel. Any money that I'm given, it goes directly to the charity to help the refugees. Okay, so I've left my family at home. Unfortunately, they couldn't fit on my bicycle. My father unfortunately died a while back, but I named my bicycle after him, so he's with me in a sense. But my mother and my 2 brothers are back home as well in England. I'm not married, I have no children, otherwise I would not be able to do this. Since I'll be away from home for at least 4 years, it would not be fair on my family to do that. But my mother and my brothers are very understanding, they're proud of what I'm doing, so that's how I justify it. And I'm able to keep in touch with them through the internet, which has revolutionised the way that people travel these days.